Thanks. One more time for Daniel. All right, how's everyone doing? Good. Great. I'm following Zach. This is the first time I think I've ever followed someone else with Crohn's disease, and we're wearing like the same outfit, so that's exciting. Wearing green and a hat. I've also been knocked out. I recently had a colonoscopy. Colonoscopies, yeah. And I was knocked out, and I was excited. I get excited for being knocked out too. But right before they knocked me out, my doctor went up to me. He said, "Say your name out loud." I said, "Ian Goldstein." He said, "Goldstein? Whoa, that's better than Silverstein." I was like, "Yep." He's like, "Not as good as Diamond, though." Yep. And then they knocked me out. And they did a colonoscopy, so I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so I want to tell you guys a story about last month. I was in Midtown Manhattan. We're in Midtown now. Great. I'm in Midtown. I'm usually stressed in Midtown. And I was in Midtown, and I was walking because I was going to an iron infusion. I get an iron infusion every single week. And I get an iron infusion because I have Crohn's, and because of that, I have very low hemoglobin levels, which basically means I don't have enough blood in my body. And looking at all of you in the darkness, I see that you all have a lot of blood in your body, so congratulations to all of you. So I'm walking, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to my iron infusion, and I get stressed before the iron infusions because every single time I go, they give me iron, and they take my blood levels, and the hematologist will look at me after the blood test, and she'll pull up a chair next to me, and she'll go, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'll go, "I'm okay." And she goes, "Are you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I said I'm fine. I'm telling you I'm fine." She's like, "Yeah, because we've never given anyone this much iron." It's like, "Thank you. These are not words of encouragement." It's like, so it's every single, and this happens almost every single week I go because my levels are the same. I'm like, you need to just talk to me better. Just say like, "Hey, you look great, Ian." That's it. Bye. That'd be great. So I'm stressed out. I'm walking. I'm in Midtown. I'm like, all right, I'll go to this iron infusion. But then I realize I gotta go to the bathroom. So I need to find somewhere to go to the bathroom. I need a cafe or something. So I'm looking for, it's like pretty urgent. I'm not seeing any cafes. One time I told the story to someone and they said, "Why didn't you just find a tree?" And I'm like, how many trees are there in Midtown? So I'm walking and I see a Starbucks. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go to Starbucks. I'm not gonna support Starbucks. Big chain, no thank you. So I come across Gregory's coffee. Gregory's is a local chain. It's good enough, fine. They have these really good Rice Krispie, like Chex marshmallow treats. I'm like, okay, I can go in, do my business, get that, be happy. So I go into Gregory's, and when I'm in there, I look to the back, I just see if they even have a bathroom, and they have a bathroom, but it says, there's a sign, like a big wooden rustic sign that says bathroom out of order. And I was like, okay, like that's a really nice sign for bathroom out of order, but all right, whatever. So the bathroom's out of order, so I'm like, okay, I'll go somewhere else, it's fine. So I walk down the street, still have to go to the bathroom, I go to another place, and I see, oh, there's another Gregory's Coffee, I'm gonna go in that one. I go into that Gregory's Coffee, I walk in, and I look to the back, there's this stairwell, and on the stairwell there's another sign that says bathroom out of order, in this different Gregory's Coffee. So I was like, okay, does Gregory's Coffee have really bad plumbing? Like, what's going on here? There's no way that like two of them are out of order at the same time with a nice sign. Something's going on here. There's some type of conspiracy happening. So I want to know what's going on with Gregory's bathrooms because I have a suspicion that like, oh, they're just trying to close out their bathrooms so customers can't go, which is really a problem, especially for people with Crohn's disease. You need to have the bathrooms available. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to investigate. I'm going to see what's going on here. But they have a garbage, by the stairwell where the sign is, where I think the bathroom's upstairs, they have a garbage can blocking the stairwell. And normally the thing is, I follow rules. I'm a rule follower. When I was growing up, during Thanksgiving, if we ever had pigs in a blanket, I would be like to my dad, I'd be like, hey, let's get pigs in a blanket this year. He's like, Ian, we don't call them pigs in a blanket, we call them little hot dogs. Because I'm kosher, so we couldn't have pigs. So I'm like, okay, little hot dogs, got it, little hot dogs. So I lived my whole life like that, just like little hot dogs follow the rules. So, but I'm like, you know what? No, I'm stressed, I have to go to the bathroom. So I take the garbage can and I move the garbage can, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go upstairs and see what's going on. And I go upstairs and I go to the bathroom and there's no out of order sign on this bathroom. So I'm like, oh, it seems like it's working. And so there's a little pin pad, but it's locked. So I'm like, okay, I figure out a way to get in the bathroom. And then as I'm trying to figure out how to get in, I noticed to my right, there's an office. And there's a tall guy with blonde hair and sleeve tattoos with a Gregory's t-shirt. And he goes, "Are you corporate?" I was like, no, I'm wearing like a mustard beanie. and like this outfit. So he knows I'm not corporate, but he's just playing this game with me until he wants me to answer into his game. Like, are you corporate? I'm like, no, I'm not corporate. That's pretty obvious. And he said, okay, like why are you here? I'm like, well, I have to go to the bathroom. He's like, well, that bathroom's for corporate. I was like, okay, well, why does it say bathroom out of order? Why does it just say bathroom for corporate? And the thing is, I could just leave. I have to go to the iron infusion. I have to go to the bathroom. I should just leave. But I'm like, no, I'm angry. I have a lot of pent up stuff happening. I need to like just fight with this guy. And so, and I still have my AirPods in, which is kind of rude. But so I'm like, all right, why does it not say bathroom for corporate? He's like, I don't know. Like it's for corporate. I was like, well, you should get a better sign then. He's like, well, it's for corporate and it's out of order. I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. He's like, look, can I help you with anything else? I was like, no, I need to use the bathroom. He's like, well, you can't. It's for corporate. It's like, fine. And I contemplate, like, maybe I should just go to the bathroom on his desk. But that's probably not a good idea. I think that's probably illegal. So I was like, fine, whatever. I'm gonna take the loss and leave. And he's like, well, there's a Nordstrom across the street. You can go there. And then just out of spite, I was like, what's Nordstrom? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, stop talking. I'm like, I know I'm being childish, but I have things to work out in therapy. I don't know. So I leave the Gregory's and I'm angry and I still have to go to the bathroom, but I'm like, you know what? This is more important. So I go on Google reviews and I go to Google review for Gregory's and I go, Gregory's are lying about their bathrooms. And I give them 1 star. Like, they're lying about their bathrooms. They say it's out of order, but they're not out of order. They're just trying to keep us out. And I said their pastries suck too, which is not true because they have good the rice Chex things, marshmallow things. I was lying, but that's where anger gets you sometimes. You lie, right? But then I'm like, I'm not done yet. Okay, Google reviews. I'm going to go on Instagram and message Gregory's. So I went on Instagram, messaged Gregory's. I was like, hey, what's going on with your bathroom? It's out of order in Midtown. And they're like, which bathroom? I'm like, in Midtown. And they're like, well, that one's out of order, but you can go to a different one. I was like, what do you mean that one? There's 2 of them that's out of order. And they're like, all right, like, what do you want us to do? And I was like, I don't know, I'm just angry right now. So it's really not, I was not happy. This is how my life goes pretty much. It's just like this. So I'm walking down the street, I have to go to the Siren Infusion. I'm angry at Gregory's, don't go to Gregory's. And as I'm finally like taking the whole loss and realizing I just have to hold everything in for a long time, I stop. I see a Starbucks. I pass a Starbucks, and you know what? I go in, and the barista shows me the bathroom, and the door is wide open. And I go in, and I go to the bathroom, and I let some feelings out. I went to the bathroom, I let that out, and I guess sometimes you got to go to the big chain stores because they have bathrooms free. So thank you very much, everybody.